Mic check. Do you guys hear me now? Mic check. Do you guys hear me now? Yes, sir. Y'all should be able to hear me now. So appreciate you guys. It's your boy Kamish Mula, and this is the Simulation Basketball Association, man. We live. We lit in the building. Shout out to all my guys in the chat, man. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for letting me know that the audio was out, but everything should be good right now. Yes, sir. Right? Everything good? Let me make sure everything good one more time. We good, right? Y'all can hear me, right? Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Mic check, mic check. I got the live chat next to me, so I'm just trying to make sure you guys can hear me. I bet we good. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. We got a lot to discuss. We have a whole lot to discuss. So make sure all your questions are in the chat. Make sure you guys are, communicating with me through this stream and letting me know what you guys are lost about or what you want to know about the Simulation Basketball Association, man. Things have been fun. We're at the tail end of our college series, our first college series. So it's been fun. We've been having a ball so far. We've got introduced to some rec guys now. I mean, not some rec guys. We got introduced to a couple of overseas players. So we've seen what a couple of overseas guys was about. For the most part, right now we have the top 25 already. We're doing that, updating that weekly between me, Mark, and Bamba. We're gonna be updating that weekly. So if you want to be in tune with the college series, the top prospects, make sure you're tuning in to SBPN.2K, where you could get all of our news. Let me actually go here right now. So we're gonna have news on the page. You guys, I'm gonna catch you guys up on what's happened in the last week. We're gonna go through that. But if you're getting in tune with the Simulation Basketball Association, be sure to follow us on Instagram at SBA.2K. We're only 1 month in, 73 posts, 251 followers, and we're growing rapidly. So if you want to check out anything that has to do with SBA, be sure to tune in on the gram at SBA.2K. This is going to be a one-stop shop, but we also have a media page, SBPN.2K, where we have a ton of media. We also got Mark Williamson and CB. We have their pages as well if you're into like the Twitter style of media. We have a whole bunch of different ways that you could consume the storylines of these different players, these different prospects in each row series. We have 3 row series. We have high school, we have college, and we have overseas. You have to play in an introductory row series here in the SBA before you're able to go to the pro series. Our pro series is the SBA, the Simulation Basketball Association. And like I said, to get in the pro series, you have to have completed a season in one of the introductory series, which is high school, college, and overseas. Listen, you can play however many years you want. You only can get 2 years in high school. You can do all 4 years in college, or you can do 1 year in college, go overseas. You can do as many years as you want overseas. It's 8 teams in 8 weeks in each introductory row series. So 8 teams in 8 weeks in each introductory row series. So for all you guys that are confused at what's going on, we're in our first introductory row series, which is the college series, and there's 8 teams and it's 8 weeks. We're in week 7 of 8. So we have 2 more weeks of the college series, and then we're getting right into the overseas series, which will also have 8 teams and 8 weeks. Also, we have a tournament for the playoffs of the college series. Same thing, tournament style like NCAA. Single game elimination. We start off in the Elite 8 because there's only 8 teams. Each team makes the playoffs. Doesn't matter. You could lose every game. You still can make the playoffs and work your way, back in it for a chip. So make sure you guys are soaking up all this information, man. We are going to still, relay the message in the chat, but I want to make sure that you guys know everything that's going on. I want to make sure that you guys are on top of everything that is going on. Shout out to my guy Ken2K in the chat. Shout out to all my guys in the chat. We got Jo in the chat. I believe that's Coach T in the chat. Yes, that is. We got CC, aka Penny Ocean. We got the Drip God. We also got my guy Slicko Mode. Shout out to y'all, man. But For all of you guys that's wondering what is going on here in the SBA, I need you guys to stay in tune and follow me. We got 3 Rose Series, and each are comprised of 8 teams in 8 weeks. We are only in the first series, which is the college series. So if you have a player in the high school series or in the overseas series, make sure that you're watching, closely to make sure you're not missing any updates regarding check-ins. We have check-ins coming very, very soon. So we're going to talk about check-ins now. That's what we're going to get to, check-ins. Right now, if you're an overseas player and you're watching this, you have until Sunday at 8 p.m. to check in. We have a tab in the Discord. Let me pull up the Discord right now so you guys can see. We actually have a tab in the Discord. Hold up. Wrong window. Okay, cool. So this is the Discord right here. Here is the Discord right here. And as you can see, I'm alerting guys about the check-ins. We have check-in tabs where you guys will be able to go into your Discord and scroll down. And as you can see right here, we got overseas check-ins and we have high school check-ins. Overseas guys have until Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time to check in. If you have a overseas prospect and you do not check in by 8 p.m. on Sunday, your guy will have to be removed from the series. We'll keep you in the Discord for a while, but if you still don't message by then, we're gonna have to get you out of there. High school, you guys have until next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time to check in. If you do not check in, you will be removed from the series. I see a lot of high school guys have been getting to it, but you guys have until next Sunday. It's about 20 high school guys. I think I see 10 right here. So that means it's 10 other guys who haven't checked in yet. Be sure to check in because it will not be our fault if you are removed from the series. You will have to wait till next time we're doing introductory series, and that's going to be maybe a month or 2 from now. So you guys do not want to miss this. You do not want to miss these check-ins, guys. I'm telling you. You will not get too many more opportunities. We're not going to do too many check-ins, but every once in a while, we're definitely going to do a check-in. To start this series, we're definitely checking in. Before each series, we will be doing a check-in. So I'm not going to be on you guys all day about the check-in stuff, but we will be doing a check-in before each series. So even before the pros, all of you guys will have to check in before the combine. Then we're going to run the combine, and then we're going to get you guys into the pros. So now that you guys are up to speed with that for the most part, what do we have next on the menu? We got the top 25 college prospects. Do anybody need any more clarification on anything with the Rose Series? Before I move on to the top 25 prospects, I'm looking in the chat. Let me know if guys are confused about anything with the Rose Series. If you need me to answer any questions regarding the Rose Series, let me know now. I'm looking in the chat right now. We got a lot to get to today, guys. So I just want to make sure you guys are with me. I want to make sure I'm getting through every topic and hitting on all of you guys' questions because we have a lot to go over. We're going to do the top 25 college prospects. We could talk about some tournament predictions. Also, we're going to talk about player progression and simulation coin. Player progression, how you can earn simulation coins and progress your player. You can progress your player through Patreon, and you also can progress your player by activity using simulation coins. Everything in the SBA will be based on simulation coins. You will earn simulation coins for each game that you play in, each game that you attend, and each game that you watch. Period. So if you watch a game, whether it's rec, and it'll be different prices that we pay out based off if it's a rec game or if it's an actual road game. We're going to go over those barriers as well. So just stay tuned because like I said, we have a lot to go over, guys. So if nobody has any questions, we're going to move on to the top 25. If you wind up tuning in and you have a question, just let me know. But we're going to get rolling, man. Let's get it. So hold on, let me get this other screen capture up real quick. So we cool off of this. And now, without further ado, our top 25. We already posted it on Instagram, so it's nothing new to you guys who've been following the Instagram pages. But if you haven't, we're gonna get you in tune right now. SBPN at SBPN.2K is where you could get all of our rankings and most of our media. You could go to SBA.2K to get some media and final scores and storyline things of that nature as well. But you can also follow SBPN.2K where we'll be dropping most of our rankings. So, number one player in the country, Trevon Grayson, power forward for Kentucky. This kid has been killing it all season long. If you haven't watched any of Kentucky's game, they're number 2 in the nation right now. They are number 2 in the nation right now. They are standing at 3-2, I believe. Yeah, they're 3-2. And Trevon Grayson has been the driving force of this team. You know what I'm saying? They have Jamal Owens. Jamal Owens is a tremendous talent, 6'8" shooting guard, very versatile player, good defender, could knock down three-pointers. You definitely don't want to have a weak defender on him because he can isolate you as well. But Trevon Grayson, the drip guard, has been the number 1 player in the college series thus far. The kid averages 30 points, about 12 rebounds. I don't have the stats up right now, but we also have the stats in the Discord. If you want to get in tune, be sure to drop a comment to get in the Discord with us as well. But Trevon Grayson has been that guy in the college series thus far. It's been a ton of talent in the college series, but if we're being honest here, Trevon Grayson has definitely been the number 1 prospect as of now. This kid has been electric. He just served a suspension. Coming off the suspension, dropped 33, back to regular schedule programming, man. SBA scouts are raving about this kid, and it's well-deserved because this kid is an animal. Moving on, number 2, we got DJ House. This kid, DJ House, is without a doubt the best center in the SBA. I know some guys are going to say Forbes, and as you can see, Forbes is sitting there at number 5. But I have to go with, well, us as a media team had to go with DJ House, man. This kid, DJ House, is a rebound machine. He's a good defender. And I really think that he's been, carrying Florida so far as like just the success that they've been able to have. I think Florida is like number 3 in the nation coming off that win against Oklahoma last week. So you got to give it to DJ House, man. This guy averages about 15 points, 18 rebounds, and he is not a joke when he's on the floor. We've seen him do it in the rec. We've seen him also do it in the college series. And no matter who he's on the court with, this kid is a true workhorse. This kid gets rebounds, and there's nothing that you could do with him. This is a 20 and 20 type of guy. He can get you 20 points and 20 rebounds on any given night. So you definitely can't sleep on DJ House. If you're a coach, I'm telling you now, you better not bait up and miss on this guy because, boy, are the computer teams going to love it. DJ House is nothing to mess with. This kid is a problem. Coming in at number 3, we have Deshaun Evans. I like to call him the baby goat. The kid reminds me of Braun. He actually recorded our first triple-double here in the SBA. He did it in the rec, though, so it didn't really count towards his college series stats. But when it comes to as far as ranking on the top prospects, man, you got to have him here at number 3. This kid can do it all. He can shoot the ball fairly well. He's like he's a high 30% three-point shooter. But he's also a pretty efficient guy from the field. I think he's like around 45% from the field as well. But the kid is just super versatile. Got to work on maybe his quickness and agility at the next level. But when it comes to size and it comes to shooting ability and even defending ability, the kid is a problem. The kid can do it all. He's been working on his defensive game as well. And you just got to love it, man. He's a Patreon member. The kid has his training packaging. He's been working on his defense. And standing at 6'8" at that guard forward position, man, the guy's just very versatile. We've seen him light it up in the rec. We've seen him light it up in college. And this is another one of those prospects that you really can't go wrong with. I think depending on how you look at it, this top 3 is very interchangeable. However, going into 4 and 5, I do think there is some separation going into 4 and 5 here. Like if we had like a tier A, I think I'm definitely throwing Grayson, DJ House, and Deshaun Evans in that tier A. And then these other guys, I don't know if they're a whole tier below, but they are kind of half a step, I feel, behind the pro readiness of the top 3 guys in this list. Coming in at number 4, and it's definitely not a knock to this guy because Gabriel Cash has been a monster. He's a guard. He can play the 1. He can play the 2. Nice sized guy, about 6'5", 200 pounds. But the kid, Gabriel Cash, man, the kid has tremendous pace and tremendous ability, man. The kid can shoot. The kid can play make. He can rebound. He's nearly a triple-double every night and could get you 20 points on any given night. He's averaging about 20 points right now, about 25 and 5, and the kid is just, no, actually he's averaging about 9 assists, I believe, or 8 or 9 assists, but the kid is just a tremendous talent, man. I don't have the stats up right now, pardon me, but the kid, Gabriel Cash, man, is all-star MVP. You know, this kid is nothing to play with. He's been he's been the undeniable leader of this Virginia team. Virginia has been also playing very well. They're the #1 team in the country, and Gabriel Cash is one of the main reasons why they're #1 in the country. This kid, Gabriel Cash, like I said, has just been tremendous all season. He's without a doubt the leader on that team, but it is, you know, easier for him when you got a guard like Penny Ocean who's a scoring guard and could get you some buckets, and you have a stretch big in Enrico Warner. Enrico Warner could stretch the floor and just gives you the lanes that Gabriel Cash needs to, you know, drive and kick or drive and make a play himself. And then we know in the pick and roll game that Gabriel Cash is an absolute monster. This kid G Cash is a problem, man. Like, this kid is just electric with the ball in his hands. He could do it all. Pardon me, fellas. And at number 5, we got Stephen Forbes, man. This kid, Stephen Forbes, is another guy that you cannot sleep on at that center position. Definitely a close number 2 at the center position, coming behind DJ House. But these guys, we've seen them battle out in the rec a couple of times. We've seen Forbes be more of a scorer than House, but House has been, you know, more consistent on the defensive and rebounding end, if you ask me. So gotta go with you know, Stephen Forbes at number 5 here. The kid has just been doing it all for Syracuse since he stepped foot on the campus. He was a late submit. I believe he missed 2 games, if I'm not mistaken. But he has hit the ground running as soon as he got his Syracuse jersey. I believe he's been like player of the game. Syracuse is 3-1 with all of their big 3 of A.J. Carter, Stephen Forbes, and Devontae Moore. And these guys have just been really doing their thing, man, just really lighting it up. And you got to love the play, man. A.J. Carter is happy to have some help now. A.J. has been playing a lot better with the help of Stephen Forbes and Devontae Moore. And the sky's the limit for this guy, Stephen Forbes, man. Very good big in the post. Just a complete offensive game. He can hit the 3 on the pick and pop as well. He definitely can hit the midi on the pick and pop. And he has tremendous size and athleticism, man. Like, he's a heavy guy. He's a very tall guy, but he still has tremendous athleticism. And he's very quick on his feet, nimble on his feet for a big man. So, what up, bro? Y'all Gucci? So you definitely want to, you know, keep an eye on Stephen Forbes there at number 5. These my guys pulling up in the building. But yeah, so at number 6 in the number 6 of the player rankings, we got Enrico Warner. I was just talking about him, and I was talking about Gabriel Cash. Enrico Warner is a stretch big. The guy's an absolute monster. He could post you up, give you work in the post. He could get gritty down low. The kid can rebound as well. I believe he averages over 12 rebounds as well. And then he can stretch the floor just like a pure shooter. If you leave him open for 3, you're going to regret it. So you definitely got to just pick your poison with a guy like Enrico Warner, because he can hurt you in any area on any given night. So you definitely got to keep your eye on Enrico Warner. Scouts has definitely been raving about him. Keep your eyes on him, man. This Virginia team really has potential to win a national title, I think. I think this Virginia team is the best cohesive unit as far as teams that I've seen in the college series, and it is because of guys like Enrico Warner, Penny Ocean, and Gabriel Cash. So moving on, number 7, we got Kadavian Polk. The potential of this guard right here is ridiculous. If you haven't watched the early games of Miami before he went down with that injury, this guy, Kadavian Polk, was electric. He was dunking on guys left and right. He needs to work on his shooting, I feel, for the next level. But when it comes to an athleticism standpoint, the kid is a monster. When it comes to athleticism, speed, quickness, vertical, the kid is an absolute monster. I do think he has a complete game. Besides getting a little more consistent with the shooting, I do think that the kid is still a tremendous scorer on the inside. And then he's a a crazy playmaker. Him and Chucky Glover showed tremendous chemistry all season in the pick and roll. Also in just alley-oop action on the backdoor cuts. We've been seeing this kid KP do it all, man. This kid Kadavian Pope is going to be special on the next level. You do have to watch out for injuries with him, though. We've seen him sprain his knee. It was a pretty high knee sprain. I had to actually step in. I didn't like how the staff handled that, trying to force him to play. But you just gotta love the effort and the ability of this kid. If he can stay healthy on the next level, he is gonna be a problem. He can play the 1, he can play the 2, and like I said, regardless to him kind of lacking in the shooting department, the kid can still fill up the scoreboard in a hurry. So shout out to my guy Kadavian Pope. Follow these guys on Instagram as well. A lot of these players have dope, Instagram content pages. So be sure to tune in and definitely stay in tune with the Instagram pages of some of these prospects. But moving on, at number 8, we got Jamal Owens of Kentucky. This kid is a guard forward, standing 6'8", about 220 pounds. And this kid is another one of those guys that could do it all. He can play make given the opportunity. Still, has room to grow in the playmaking department. He's not going to wow you with his dribble moves or his passes too much, but he can make the right play at the right time. Does have a lot to work on the offensive side, but he does show tremendous potential. This kid can shoot from the post. Post fade work is money. His spot up 3 game is decent, shooting about 40% from the 3-point line or the high 30s. So definitely about average for a college guy. The kid averages about 17 points. I believe like 3 assists and about like 4 or 5 rebounds. So definitely got to keep an eye on Jamal Owens. The kid is on the Patreon working on his game as well. He's very active, so I'm pretty sure them training packages will be very easy for him to come by. Also, he's a very active Instagram member. The kid drop reels every day, drop player pictures every day. Every day that there's content for him, the kid is releasing stuff. So be sure to tune in to the Hitman on Instagram. I'm actually gonna show you guys a few of these guys Instagrams in a few, but I just want to get through these rankings. But shout out to Jo, man, the Jo show. This kid is literally a do-it-all type of guy. If you need him to lock down the best player on the team, he can do that. If you need him to take over a game, he's even showed he could do that. He took over against Oklahoma, had the smaller, younger Johnny Slick on him, and we seen things get ugly in a hurry. So this kid Jamal Owens does have a lot of scoring potential and just a lot of potential in a lot of areas. So scouts, fans, make sure you tune in to my guy Jo, aka the Hitman. This dude is one of those prospects that you do not want to miss on. Can be a first rounder depending on what the overseas guys look like, but as of now, I kind of see him going, 4th, 5th round. The first draft will have about 12 to 14 picks between each team because we have to fill out each teams, and we're filling out each teams with players from each row series, but not, just having any guys come from out of nowhere. All the top 100 guys from each series will be invited to the combine, and then we'll get you guys into the draft. So, moving on at number 9, we got my guy Demo. Devontae Moore. This kid his stock has been rising. I think by the time we do another list, don't be surprised if you see this guy, rising up this list and being, a lot higher on this top 10, man. This kid is another one of those guys that's a problem. This kid is another one of those guys that's a problem, man, in the league. Could score points in bunches. He stands at about 6'9", so he has a nice frame. 6'9" forward. Could play the 2 if you ask me too. Aggressive scorer, but efficient. Aggressive but efficient. Some guys, have showed frustration playing with him in the rec because he, is a very aggressive scorer and he's always looking for a shot. However, the guy has been very efficient. If you go and look back at those games or you tally up, his statistics and his shot attempts and his shots made, the kid has been doing his thing as far as efficiency and just scoring. He's also showed tremendous playmaking ability and just grit because he's almost averaging a triple-double. He averages like 18, 8, and 6 or something like that. So definitely got to give a big shout out to my guy Demo. Keep doing your thing. You've been definitely rising a lot of draft boards and that draft stock is going up day by day. So as long as he keep doing what he's doing, he's gonna be a problem. He's another Patreon member, so he's working on his game, man. Got that training package going, and he's also an active guy. He pulls up to a lot of the streams. So as far as training packages goes, when I tell you about the simulation coins, won't be a problem for him. At number 10 now, we got Penny Ocean, man. My guy, Penny Ocean, leading scorer of the #1 team in the country, Virginia. And you got to love what you see from this guy, Penny Ocean. He's a small guard, but he could fill it up in a hurry. A lot of points in a small amount of time. Maybe you want to see him be more of a playmaker and get his team involved more on a pro level. But I think that's things that you could work on. The kid is still, very young. Tons of potential, and the fact that he can fill up the scoreboard, I think, is what you take as a foundation with him as a point guard, and then you build off that. I think you build your team, with other guys that could complement him well on the next level, and the kid just has tremendous potential. Going into the tournament, I'm really eager to see how this kid is gonna play, because I think a lot of his play will determine the fate of the Virginia Cavaliers. I think if Penny Ocean is clicking, because Enrico Warner and Gabriel Cash been a little more consistent, I think that team will be unstoppable if Penny Ocean is on his game come tournament time. And tournament time is right around a corner, so make sure you guys stay in tune. Penny Ocean is another guy on a Patreon, so his guys working, getting his stuff up, man. Another active community member, so I know when it comes to simulation coins, he's not going to have to worry about that. And moving on to number 11 in the country, we got Ronnie All-Star, Ronnie Shanahan. This kid has been a pure shooter, man, pure bucket getter for the Florida Gators, man. And this kid is a 3-level scorer. He can give it to you at any level of the floor. He can, take you to the hole, drive, but he specializes in the mid-range game. We've seen this guy just pick his spots off of a screen, off of a curl, off of a handoff. If he gets a good look from the mid-range, you might as well call it a day, because it is money. Swiss cheese, nothing but net. You know how we rocking. But this kid, Ronnie Shanahan, is the truth. 3-level scorer, has a bit to work on maybe in the playmaking department, but I'm not sure you even need him to be a playmaker on your team. I think you build a team around him that has a good point guard, and as long as this guy can come off a screen, get open somehow, he's gonna give you buckets. So Ronnie Shanahan, another guy, don't be surprised if you see him move up, especially with the tournament coming around the corner. I think the Gators are another sleeper team in the tournament, and I think if Ronnie Shanahan is able to go off alongside B.J. Strada and D.J. House, that this Florida Gators team could be something different. So be sure to stay tuned with my guy Ronnie All-Star. He is a problem, man. He is a problem. So moving on, though, we got my guy A.J. Prime Carter at number 12 in the nation. AJ, like I said, is finding his stride. He actually is getting better with every game. If you go look at the box scores, the kid is just progressing with each game. He's been getting better with each game, scoring more points, scoring more efficient, and getting his guys more involved with each game. And I think that the additions of Stephen Forbes alongside Devontae Moore was all that AJ Carter needed. Early on, it was looking like a struggle by himself on, a school like Syracuse, not too many big-name guys. But once Stephen Forbes and Devontae Moore came along, it kind of changed the trajectory for this kid, A.J. Carter. We've also seen him in the rec do some tremendous things. This kid he can play the 1, but he also can play the 2 and just be a pure shooter if you need to. If you need to have him as like a pure shooter, maybe like a 6-man on the pro level where he could just come in the game on the second unit and just put up shots, the kid is a tremendous talent, man. Like I said, he's a slept-on playmaker, but you can also have this kid as a pure shooter at the 2. Undersized at the 2, smaller guy, but, he get in the weight room before the pro series, man. This kid could be a problem. Also, if he gets in the weight room, gets a little stronger, work on his inside finishing, I think A.J. Carter has a ton of potential. I think the sky's the limit if this kid can literally take his game to the next level as far as like from a playmaking and interior finishing standpoint. He's athletic. He's very fast. He can dunk. He's not like the flashiest dunker or the most dominant, like power dunker, but the kid can get lift. So I think that if he can, work on his strength, work on his playmaking, The kid could be a tremendous talent at the combo guard. Shout out to my guy AJ Carter. He's in the chat as well. But moving on, number 13, we got BJ Strada. And BJ Strada, it was a toss-up between BJ Strada and AJ here for me because both of these guys are very similar. You know, smaller guards, kind of around the 6'4" range, 6'3", 6'4" range. But both of these guys could light it up, man. Both of these guys could shoot the ball. Both of these guys could play the off guard. Don't get me wrong, like their playmaking ability is up to par. You're not gonna be ripping these guys. You don't gotta worry about them not getting their teammates involved. But these guys are just so good at shooting the ball that you will have no problem taking these guys and putting them at the 2, or like I said, being a 6-man on a pro level and just taking over for a second unit. Both of these guys can put up points in a hurry. We've seen both of these guys play very aggressive and light it up in the rec. And BJ Strada, man, has been doing some tremendous things for that Florida team. We've seen the performance he put on last week. If you haven't watched, I would advise you to definitely go back and watch that game that Florida just had, man, last week. And BJ Strada did his thing. This kid is lights out from the three-point line. He also could, he's crafty with the ball, so he could beat you off the dribble and get to the rim as well. But his bread and butter is definitely the three-point game. Shout out to BJ Strada, man, number 13 player in the country as of now. And moving on to number 14, we got Johnny Slick, the high school phenom. This kid went his senior year in high school to come into the college series early, and I think that this kid made the right decision. Although he ran into some troubles at the end of the season, he said some pretty explicit things about Florida after a loss, and those things are just not acceptable. Here in the SBA, we're not gonna have that. So right now he's suspended indefinitely, and he was thinking about going to the overseas side of things. So if he does go overseas, because he played 5 college games, he will only be able to play 2 overseas games because it's 7 games in total, 8 weeks but 7 games in total. So he will only be able to play 2 games overseas, but then he will be eligible for the overseas playoffs. So, he still will be able to play those games as well. I'm still not sure if I'm going to keep his suspension during the tournament. I may decide to lift it, so I'll give him the decision if I decide to lift it when the tournament time comes. But as of now, I just have to, leave the suspension indefinitely just to see how I feel, because we can't have guys, when it comes to storylines, we get hype in the chat and say certain things, but we can't have guys, on public platforms speaking explicitly about certain teams. That's not what we doing here in the SBA. He's a very, active guy. He's a Patreon member. He's definitely league first guy. So I'm not beating him down too bad, because I know he understands, what he did. But we just got to set a precedent to let guys know that this is not what we doing here. So shout out to Johnny Slick, number 14 guy in the country. This kid still averaged 20 points per game on the college level at 17 turning 18. So the kid could score. He hasn't been the most efficient scorer, but he's a lot younger. Well, not a lot younger, a year behind some of these guys. So he's lacking some of the strength. We've also seen him be a liability on defense sometimes, but like I said, that's due to the youth. That's due to the lack of size. Those are things that he'll be able to work on, moving forward and later in his career. So I think the sky is still a limit for this kid, Johnny Slick. I still think he's going to be a top 100 prospect and be in the draft combine regardless if he declares. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe he'll stay another year or overseas if he decides to go overseas. Or who knows? Maybe if we lift his suspension at Oklahoma before the tournament, you never know what they could do in the playoffs. The kid might have a run and might want to return. You never know. But the sky's the limit for Johnny Slick. Tremendous talent, could shoot the ball, lights out. He could get hot in a hurry. Sometimes, maybe overshoots. But like I said, those are things that you could work on as far as maturity goes. And when you have a coach, you could game plan and make sure he knows the game plan coming in, so he's just not chucking up shots, much like we've seen him do in Oklahoma. Oklahoma has needed him to chuck up shots at times because Oklahoma doesn't have, a ton of talent. They do have, a lot of talented players, but as far as depth goes, they don't really have too much depth. So, you kind of need him to shoot the ball, because who else are you going to have shoot the ball over there for Oklahoma? But, yeah, Johnny Slick, man, tremendous talent. Shout out to him. And the bots are in the chat. I see the bots is here. Mods, get on those bots. Get those bots out of here. Salute to my guys. Can I get a hashtag our league? I've been running my mouth saying doing this top 25. I'm trying to get through it quick so that way we could get back to, speaking on some of these topics, but this is very important. I need our fan base and the guys just tuning in after watching rec games or watching you guys games to be able to catch up with the league and see what's truly going on. So I thought I'd just start off with like a state of the league, letting them know, about the check-ins, those type of things, and then get into the rankings. So at number 15, we got the 5 show, Amari Harris, another league first guy, great community member, very young in real life, but the kid is super mature. That's why we love him, man. And my guy Amari has just been showing out for this Memphis team. This Memphis team isn't that talented, but he's been a true playmaker. I would like to see him be more aggressive on the next level. I would like to see him just be a more of a aggressive scorer in general. He's kind of hesitant to shoot. Maybe it's the comfortability. Maybe it's not enough talent around him. Who knows? But still averaging about 15 points, 8 assists. I believe he is the best playmaking guard in the SBA College Series. If you ask me, I think when it comes to just like the passes I've seen him make and just the IQ that he's shown from a playmaking perspective, I would have to say that he's the best playmaker, and he does the best at getting his teammates involved. We've seen him throw alley-oops. We've seen him make an under-talented Memphis team look pretty good at times. So, like I said, definitely want to see him be a little more aggressive, but you can't knock him too much because the kid is definitely, the how can I say it, like the talk of the town in Memphis or the main event in Memphis. You go there to watch the 5 show. You don't really watch anything else. Mangu Bamba, of course, left early, didn't like his treatment there, decided to take his talents overseas. He was averaging 21, but Memphis is definitely home of the 5 show, so you can't knock the kid, man. Coming in at 15, like I said, pure point guard, best playmaker in the league if you ask me. And moving on to number 16, we got Chucky Glover. I was talking to you about him briefly when I brought up Kadavian Polk, but this kid is the defensive anchor of Miami. When it comes to Miami's defense, you cannot look any further than Chucky Glover. He is the absolute captain on the defensive end. The kid swats away shots left and right. He's a gritty rebounder. And when it comes to just like I said, down low, anything down low with Miami, you gotta see Chucky Glover. The kid is a problem. I think his stock has been going up tremendously as well. We've seen him outplay the drip guard in a big time matchup in which Miami actually beat Kentucky when it was number 1 in the country. So that can't go overlooked, man. Shout out to my guy, Chucky Glover. He's a generic. He is not a user guy, but still shout out to him. He's been doing his thing. The draft stock is rising, man, and coaches can't afford to sleep on a guy like Chucky Glover. You get a guy like him to grow amongst like your young defense, man, the sky's the limit for what you guys could do in the future. Following Chucky Glover, much of the same type of guy for Kentucky is the defensive anchor and generic as well, Johnny Cox. Johnny Cox is a tremendous talent, man. This kid is very lengthy, long arms, the kid can swat shots away left and right. The kid's a tremendous rebounder. He makes the drip guards, Trevon Grayson's job tremendously easy. Like, all Grayson has to do is focus on the offensive end and scoring baskets because this kid, Johnny Cox, is an absolute beast on the boards and on the defensive end. When it comes to locking down the best big, give him the task, and if he's not able to lock them down, he's definitely going to neutralize them to the point where Trevon Grayson could take advantage on the other end. And that's all you can ask for a defensive anchor, man. A defensive anchor slash, rim, like defensive anchor, rim protector, rebounder, glass cleaner. That's your guy, Johnny Cox, man. Coming in at 17 in the nation right now. And moving on, we got Brandon Whitley at number 18. His stock has also been rising. We've been seeing him play pretty impressive in the rec, in the All-Star game. And in the last few games, the last game was probably his best game. He absolutely went off. Though it wasn't a winning effort, we know the struggles that UNC is facing right now. They only won 1 game so far. Hasn't been a great season for them, but coming into the tournament, they're going to want to get that together, get some confidence, because You know, the tournament is anybody's game, so you can't sleep. But this kid, Brandon Whitley, standing 6'6", 280 pounds, undersized power forward slash center. But this kid is a tremendous athlete. He can jump out the gym. He also has a pretty good jump shot, too. So in the pick and pop game, he could be very, very deceptive. If you switch on him, even though guys, a smaller guard might be around his height, he is going to outright bully him. The kid is 280 pounds muscle. This kid is super strong. Can't sleep on this guy, man. Brandon Whitley, yeah, like I said, his stock has definitely been rising. Don't be surprised to see him higher on this list on next week's edition. But as of right now, number 18 in the country, and I don't think you could go wrong with Brandon Whitley. I think maybe on the next level you will need a traditional center, a big guy, you know, to help him out with the boards because he's an undersized guy. But when it comes to points, man, and it comes to physicality, Brandon Whitley definitely checks all the boxes, man. And he's been playing very well for UNC, although UNC hasn't had much team success, man. So coming in at 19, we got my guy Carlos Luzon, another 3-level scorer, could be, you know, inconsistent at times. We've seen games where he's lights out. Then we've seen games where he's passive after misses. We've seen games where he's not as consistent on the offensive end. But I think with maturity that this kid could be a problem. When he matures at the next level, this kid could get it done. This kid is a 3-level scorer, like I said, aggressive on the interior, aggressive scorer, period. Very crafty, has great size at the forward spot. I believe he's around 6'8", you know, about 200 pounds. Got that Kevin Durant type of mold, type of build, and the kid is just a tremendous talent. Like I said, stretch the floor. He can play some of the 4, but I believe on the next level he'll be a natural 3. Not sure if you want him banging down low with those big bodies, but you know, I definitely see this kid having tremendous success on the next level at the 3. May take a couple years to, you know, grow into his body and, like, you know, find his game on the next level as far as from a consistent scoring level. But believe me, when this kid gets it together, he's going to be very, very dangerous on the next level. So tons of potential for Carlos Luzon. Definitely check him out. Be sure to check him out on Instagram as well. I know he definitely posts content. He's a user guy, active community member. Shout out to Luzon coming in at 19 on this list. Number 20 on this list, we got Ray Gambino. Ray Gambino out of Miami, another Miami guy. We got 4 Miami guys on the top 25 so far. And you gotta love it if you're Miami, man. This kid, Ray Gambino, point guard for Miami, lights out shooter. I think if it's a part of his game he has to work on, he forces it a bit down low for an undersized guy, and that's just not what you want to see. Sometimes, you know, sometimes the possessions are just sloppy when he has it because he's trying to force things inside as a smaller guy, take guys off the dribble one-on-one, not really recognizing when the help comes at times. And, you know, that's kind of the only knock on his game and why he's at 20 right now, because when it comes to a shooting perspective, the kid is lights out. You can't leave him open. If you leave him open, like I said, Swiss cheese, nothing but net. Kind of reminiscent of a AJ and a BJ Strada. But if I'm being honest, BJ Strada and AJ kind of got his number right now when it comes to that, you know, 3-point playmaker build. But they all kind of got the same, you know, mold and, you know, just different tiers. If I had to say right now, I have AJ number 1, BJ Strada number 2 as far as that mold of, you know, that 3-point playmaker, and then I got Ray Gambino coming in at 3rd. But do not sleep on this kid. Like I said, he has a ton of potential to grow on the next level and, you know, grow into just his whole game. So definitely want to stay tuned with my guy Ray Gambino. He also has a player Instagram, also posts a lot of content. Shout out to my guy Ray Gambino. On the next level, this kid grows into his game. He's going to be a problem. So definitely want to keep an eye on him and just Miami in general, man. You cannot sleep on Miami. You cannot sleep on Miami, man. This Miami team can do some things in the tournament. We've seen them beat top-tier teams. We've seen them beat Kentucky. We've seen them beat the Sooners. And like I said, man, you sleep on these guys if you want. They will disappoint you and send you packing during the College Series tournament. So moving on to number 21, our final, 5 guys. We got Jeremy Baylor, center for Memphis. This guy has been doing his thing, always kind of look consistent all year. Just not a lot of surrounding talent in Memphis Or maybe it's not that it's not a lot of surrounding talent, because they do have talent. I have to stop saying that. I just think that talent didn't gel well, because they do have the likes of Kelly Berry, who averages 16. They had Mongu Bamba. They have Carl Linham. I just think the chemistry was just terrible, and the coaches at Memphis did not do a good job of, keeping that locker room together. Got guys leaving, you got guys underperforming, but this team has definitely has a lot of talent. So Jeremy Baylor been consistent. He's a pretty big guy, nimble on his feet. Kind of reminds me of Forbes, the way he could play inside out, but just like a tier below Forbes, but he can definitely get you some points in a hurry. He could bang down low for boards. He's a good defender as well. And don't be surprised to see Jeremy Baylor turn up on the next level, man. This kid, Jeremy Baylor, is also a generic, meaning he's not a user guy. Nobody's representing him, but do not take that for granted. This kid has talent. And if you're going for a big in the later to middle rounds, I think this is a guy that you definitely want to pick up, because he is a sleeper. He can battle with the likes of a House, to battle with the likes of a Warner. He can battle with the likes of a Bonobo, Johnny Cox, you know what I'm saying, a Chucky Glover. He can definitely battle and play amongst those guys. So he's one of those guys that's not ranked higher than them, but you never know what you see out of him in the tournament. Maybe he can boost that ranking up, and don't be surprised if he does, because this kid can shoot it. He can play inside, out, he can rebound, and he can defend. So shout out to my guy Jeremy Baylor at Memphis, man. Coming in at 22, we got Ronnie Dean. Ronnie Dean has been another guy who I feel like was overshadowed at Oklahoma, because they had Austin Sanders. We know Austin Sanders moved on and went overseas. They have Bonobo, who's actually 23 on this list, right following Ronnie Dean. They also had Slick. So, they also have Dragic, Shasa Dragic, good point guard. So, it's a ton of players over there for the Sooners, man, and I think kind of crowds things. And being that Ronnie Dean was more so a traditional small forward, standing at 6'9", you can play the 4, and he did when Austin Sanders was here. But now that Sanders has moved on, slotting Ronnie Dean at that small forward position has been a game changer for Oklahoma, and just for Ronnie Dean's stock. Man, the kid has showed that he can put up points in a hurry. The kid showed that he can score from 3 levels. And I think his stock is just rising, man. I'm interested to see what he does in the tournament without Slick, or interested to see. We don't know if Slick is going to not play in the tournament, so let me stop saying that. But it's just going to be interesting to see how he plays these last couple weeks without Slick. I'm interested to see how Sasha Dragic, Muhammad Al-Bonobo, and Ronnie Dean performs without Slick and Sanders. I'm very interested to see what this Sooner team is going to be about without those guys. Without Austin Sanders and Johnny Slick, what is this Sooner team capable of? We know that they got Jess Parks. We know that they got Sasha Dragic. We know that they got Ronnie Dean. But we know that they got Bonobo, but I want to see how those guys can rally together. They got Campbell as well. They got a couple of good guys over there. So I want to see how these guys can rally together without the likes of Johnny Slick and Austin Sanders, man. So that's going to be interesting to see. At number 24, we have the marksman himself, Dustin Marks. Actually, pardon me, I just skipped Muhammad Al-Bonobo, coming in at 23. Bonobo is another guy who I feel like was overshadowed just because of the talent on his team. The kid is a very good playmaking big man. He can stretch the floor. He is a bigger guy. However, he doesn't play that. He's a bigger guy, but he doesn't play too physical. If it was one thing I want to see out of Bonobo, is just a little bit more physicality for his size. Nice size guy, but hasn't really showed me that he can battle in the trenches with the likes of DJ House, Chucky Glover, Johnny Cox, and the likes of those guys. He's played some pretty good games, but for some reason he just gives me finesse big vibes, Like he reminds me of more of a finesse big. He shoots the ball from mid-range. He picks and pops. He shoots threes. And for his size, I just want to see him get that post game together. But he is a user guy, so he has an opportunity to grow as a player, earn some simulation coins. And I just want to see, how that comes along, how his career comes along. Definitely can't sleep on Bonobo. He can move up this list. Remember, Slick once again and Sanders will not be playing, so I'm pretty sure he'll be given a bigger role. And let's see what he does with it. Let's see if he actually takes something and run with it, and like up his stock here in the SBA. So, moving on, number 24, we got Dustin Marks, man, the marksman himself for North Carolina. Dustin Marks is a problem. Shout out to Lil Blackout. He says, can I get an invite to y'all league? We definitely going to get you right. I'm going to make sure my guys get you right. Drop an actual comment under one of our videos saying that you want to join the league so I can send you a Discord invite. Right now, only the high school series is taking applicants. Their check-ins is actually next week, so you will have to get your application in and check in. The series will start in about a couple of weeks, no longer than 2 weeks. So make sure if you want to get in the league that you're up to date with the updates, and please drop a comment on one of the videos to let us know that you want to join, so that way we could get you a Discord invite in a hurry. So appreciate you for your support as well. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at sba.2k and sbpn.2k as well. So like I was saying, at number 24, we got the marksman. The marksman had a lot of potential coming in. He's one of the very few playmaking defender builds, and I thought, he would fare a lot better than what he's been faring so far. He hasn't been playing bad. However, his shot selection has been a very big question mark. Also, being a guard, he hasn't showed the most ability. Like, he hasn't showed a lot of playmaking ability. He hasn't showed that he can make guys better. And that's definitely one thing that I want to see from him. He can shoot the ball, don't get me wrong. He can get a bucket, and he has showed ability to, lock guys up at times. However, if he just gets it together from a IQ perspective or a offensive awareness perspective, I think he can be very dangerous. Also, if he comes into his own as a, true defender as well as a playmaker, I think the sky's the limit for this kid. Like, if he can shut down some of these premier point guards in this league, he's going to help a team on a pro level tremendously. He is a user, so he can work on a lot, like when it comes to his game. So we'll see where his career goes. Also, be sure to follow him as well on Instagram. He has an Instagram as well. I'm going to show you some of these guys' grams later. But just get in tune with us at sba.2k if you want to find our Instagram content, and we're going to get you right. Also, sbpn.2k on Instagram. So be sure to get in tune with us on our Instagram platforms, man, and we're going to get you right. If you want to join the league, hit us on Instagram at sba.2k or drop a comment, on one of our YouTube videos, and we'll get a Discord link to you, man. Appreciate the support. Can I get a hashtag our league? I'm still not done yet, y'all, but I know I've been talking for a while, so I want to get you guys, flowing in the chat. Can I get a hashtag our league in the chat? Appreciate it, guys. Number 25, last but not least on this top 25 is Chad Moore. Backup center for Syracuse, but this kid, Chad Moore, a.k.a. C-Mo, has showed us he has a lot to bring to the table. This kid can rebound, he can defend, he can pass pretty well, and he can even shoot the ball. Hasn't had that much productivity because we know that the big three from Syracuse is going to get the most production, but Chad Moore has picked his spots very well and earned himself a spot on this top 25 list. He is a generic player, and I don't really want to say I see any knocks in his game thus far. Like, he doesn't have a perfect game by any means, but I don't really see any true weaknesses. Maybe physicality as a big man. Maybe got to get his weight up a little more to bang, down low with the bigger bodies just a little better. But for the most part, I think that the kid has tremendous potential. Another one of those, mid to late round big men that you really could get and develop and change the course of your team, man. So that's the SBPN College Top 25, man. Be sure to stay up to date with these rankings. We're going to be dropping them like every week or every other week, so make sure you guys stay in tune, man, especially with the we're doing it every round with the 20 right around the corner, so you don't want to miss it, man. You want to see the draft stocks rising and falling for these guys, and no better place to do it than sbpn.2k, where we're going to be dropping all of our official rankings, man. So there it goes for top 25. What we going to get into next? After top 25, let's talk about some tournament predictions. Who y'all got, man? let's talk about some tournament predictions. Also, we could look at some games. We could look at some games that just went by to see what's up, see what happened last week in the SBA. This was our schedule for week 6. I had put week 5 on this by mistake, but this was our last week's schedule, man. We had number 1 UVA versus number 8 UNC. Then we had number 5 Florida versus number 3 OU. And then we had number 2 Kentucky versus number 7 Memphis. And we're going to get into those games right now to let you know how those games fared, man. So, starting off, we had UNC versus number 1 Virginia, man. Virginia came into this game and did what they was expected to do, man. UNC hasn't got it on track all season so far. And we know that this Virginia team, man, when they have their big 3 clicking, it is hard to stop. When they got 2 of the big 3 clicking, they're hard to stop because Gabriel Cash has been on a tear. However, he was very quiet in this game due to the good defense of Deshaun Evans. However, it was Penny Ocean stepping it up with 22 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal on the night. Penny Ocean and Enrico Warner went crazy. Enrico Warner actually got player of the game. He finished with about 18 points, 16 rebounds. But I gave Penny the graphic because Penny did his thing, man. We just got off some news where Penny was kind of speculating, maybe heading overseas after the season. Kind of was feeling like it was G-Cash team. Not that he was upset about it, but he expressed wanting to be a focal point of a team. And because he expressed wanting to be a focal point of a team, we made the headline we had made the headline just to, keep you guys up to date what was going on. I'm actually going to go to that headline right now while we on Penny. It says, sources say that freshman guard Penny Ocean has been very vocal about being one and done regardless to Virginia's college Series 1 success. And like I said, he just expressed wanting to be the focal point, and that just drew some speculation in the media, had us wondering, was he jealous of G-Cash's success being the, all-star MVP and being the undeniable, leader of this team. So, we did have those questions coming into this game about Penny Ocean. However, Penny Ocean did his thing in the game, alleviated a lot of what the media was trying to create about, the speculation of him being jealous of Gabriel Cash. They seem to have gotten along well during the game. Wasn't no friction between them in the chats as well. No friction on the court neither. Both guys seem to enjoy each other's company. I just think it was really just Penny was just expressing himself and letting it be known that he wants to be a number 1 guy wherever he goes. So can't knock the competitive spirit there, and definitely can't knock UVA, man, for this performance, knocking UNC out of the park, man. Taking the reins as the number 1 team in the country, big victory here, and going into this tourney. Where do y'all see Virginia? Where do y'all see Virginia going? I'm gonna look in the chat for this one. Do y'all think Virginia is worth the hype? Do y'all think that Virginia is the true number 1, or do y'all think that they're gonna fold in the playoffs? Let me know. Are y'all buying the hype on UVA at number 1? So of course we got Trevon Grayson of Kentucky saying no, he's not buying the hype. Then we got my guy EA, aka AE. He says they will fold. He's an overseas guy, so him saying they will fold is very interesting. So what else? Let me see what else we got in the chat. We got J.O., another Kentucky guy, saying they definitely folding. I know that some of those Kentucky guys are salty about that loss, so I know a lot of that, energy is coming because they just lost to them. But my guy Sultan SCG says buying it, cash money. My guy Slicko says sadly the hype is real, so he's giving some respect right there where it's due. I'm gonna go out and say that they have bust potential, but I think they the real deal. They do have bust potential, because I don't think we've seen a game yet where the big 3 wasn't clicking. So I would hate for that to come during the tournament. So they do have some bust potential, but if I'm being real, man, just because they just showed they were the best cohesive unit through most of the season, I gotta say that they're the real deal, man. Definitely a great team. Gotta say they're the real deal. That was our door? Huh? Oh, all right. You said it was what? All right. Yeah, so moving on, though, we're gonna move on to the next game, which was Florida versus Oklahoma, man. Florida versus Oklahoma. In this game, it was actually a nice back and forth battle. I think that's why Slick had got caught in the heat of the moment, saying some of the things he said because it was a back and forth battle. But man, did Bryant Strada turn up in this one? 24 points on the night, 3 rebounds and 12 assists for Bryant Strada, man. BJ Strada. BJ Strada actually went crazy in this game. If you haven't watched that game, I advise you to definitely go back and look, man. This kid was just putting up points in bunches, coming off of screens, hitting threes, hitting tough contested shots, even drove to the lane for a couple of nice finishes. He was counting his pennies. And, man, just shout out to Bryant Strada for this performance, man. BJ Strada definitely did his thing in this one. Slick scored 35 points on the night. Wasn't that efficient, but like I said, man, look at the score. And he had 35. So it shows you that the young guy has potential. If the score is this close and he's not that efficient, imagine when he, get some of that awareness better, work on his IQ a bit. The sky's the limit for the kid. I'm not sure if he's going to want to develop his game on an overseas level, on a pro level, or come back to college surrounding his circumstances. But, I think that if this kid takes time to develop in the right place, whatever decision he makes, I'm all for it. And I think he's going to be successful no matter what decision he makes. But I think if this kid takes some time, maybe bulk up overseas or take some time and maybe even stay in the college series, I think this kid could, without a doubt, be the top player in the college series if he was to stay. He's he's about to be 18, so he's still a young guy, still got a lot to work on. But I think that this kid, if he was to stay in college, has without a doubt an opportunity to be the number one prospect. Like, he's a smaller guy, younger guy, but if he could develop his game in the offseason and then come back, without a doubt could be the number one college prospect. But I'm not trying to sway him to stay in college because I'm almost sure that a team is going to draft him as well, even if he comes out in the pros. The only knock with coming out the pros so early and being that young is that I'm not sure how long it's going to take him in the pros to develop into the player that he shows flashes of, I'm not sure if he goes straight to the pros, if he's going to be that guy that we, see flashes of, that 30-point scorer in the pros, that 20-point scorer in the pros. I'm not sure. We know that, he has some IQ issues or court awareness issues, or maybe it's just the immaturity because he's a young guy as far as just efficiency. But if he can get that together and grow, he could be very dangerous on the next level. I just think he's going to take some time, especially if he goes straight out of college. I think it will be maybe like year 3, year 4 that he starts to take off. But I think if he takes, maybe another year or two in another series somewhere, he can definitely come out top prospect and, and be that guy, But, it's you. We just provide the platform. You guys tell us the story. So, not trying to sway him, just giving my honest analysis on this. Seeing that Oklahoma versus Florida game, I just think that BJ, showed a bit more maturity, showed a bit more, showed that he was, on that next level, ready, a little bit more ready for the next level than what Slick was able to show us, And like I said, tremendous night for Bryant Strada. DJ House also had a good game. Ronnie Shanahan was all right, in this game. Kind of not one of the best games for him. But BJ Strada definitely picked it up, and that's all that was needed for Florida to get it done in this one, winning 100-93. That's definitely a game that I would advise anyone to go back and watch. That was a goodie. Last but not least, final game of the week was Kentucky versus Memphis, man. And Kentucky just absolutely manhandled Memphis. We expected that coming in. The drip guard came back off of suspension and absolutely took over. 33 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. You see it there on the screen. Be sure to follow him at Drip Guard Travon on Instagram, man. You see it there. Make sure you guys definitely get in tune with us on Instagram at SBA.2K. But it was definitely the Drip God show in this one. Also the JO show as well. Jamal Owens scored 21 points in that game. And anytime you have both of these guys over 20 points and both of these guys clicking on all cylinders, it's going to be very, very hard for you to beat this Kentucky team. This Kentucky team does not take no prisoners. When they got it clicking, they can be the most dangerous team in the country. Of course, we know that they just lost to Virginia, but they were short-handed. They lost to Virginia by 1 point and was short-handed. The Drip God. They didn't have the Drip God. He was serving a suspension for his actions and comments after Miami's game. But the kid definitely, came back, with a full head of steam and got it done, man. But big shout out to Kentucky, man, doing what they're supposed to do. Also, Mari Harris had some tremendous highlights in this game, man. It was a lot of big-time highlights in this game. Probably not the, most competitive game to watch. But if you like highlights and you want to keep track of some of the best prospects in the series, you definitely want to go and watch what Kentucky was able to do. You also want to watch Kelly Berry, John Baylor, Amari Harris. We had a couple of, top 25 prospects in this game. And regardless to, Kentucky manhandling them, that's definitely a game that I think you guys should want to tune in and just watch, man. It was definitely a good game to me. So I know you probably would definitely enjoy the game as well. Now, let me hear some of you guys' tournament predictions, man. Let's talk about it. Tournament predictions. We don't have an updated standings right now. But just so you guys can see the teams right now, this is not updated after the last week's games. You know what I'm saying? So just so you guys can see a visual of all of the teams in one spot, I just want to give you guys a look right now. This is just all the teams in one spot in both conference. You got the Independents at the top, and you got the ACC at the bottom. Who, as of right now, who do y'all got? Who do y'all got? Let me know. My guy, Drip God says, in a perfect world, the chip would be UK versus Virginia, definitely. My guy Olin Shaw, overseas shooting guard, says he has Syracuse going to the chip. Syracuse versus UK. That's very, very interesting. Also, J.O. says he got Syracuse versus UK as well. Wow, he says UVA gonna fold. Very interesting. Juice says Virginia, Kentucky. Shout out to my guy Juice, my guy OJ. OJ, you was doing some things in the rec, man. You might want to tune into those games. You definitely played, pretty decent if you ask me. You was doing some things, playing good defense, hitting some shots off of screens. Definitely like what I saw from you today. My jacket. Hold on, guys. Let me get my charger. My phone is actually dying. Get this charged up before my phone dies. I'm using my phone as a guide below. Pardon me 1 second, guys. Is that adapter? Y'all know if that adapter piece is over here? That adapter piece. You know what I'm talking about, right? That gray piece. Alright. Alright, pardon me, guys. Just had to make sure my phone wasn't gonna die because I'm using it as a guide right now. But appreciate you for staying in tune, though. Hold on. Let me get right. And I'm looking at your comments. Let me say Cuse is sleepers. They got those transfers. Let me see. Slicko says, I'm not even sure. Cuse, the Drip God says, Cuse, Miami, and Florida all got chances to upset and get to the chip. I definitely agree. Definitely, man. So, yeah, man. I think all of these teams have potential to make some things shake. The only team who I believe, though, off the rip, is not gonna really do much, if I'm being honest here, is Memphis. I think UNC has a chance of getting it together and maybe making a run. I think if DJ Evans could take over with the likes of Brandon Whitley and Marks, I think they could get it together and make a tremendous run. Same thing for Miami. I know that they're resting KP for most of for the rest of the regular season. So it's gonna be interesting to see him back by the 20. He should be healthy by then. So I definitely think Miami can make a run. Syracuse, that big three is devious. I think they could make a huge run. Oh yeah, I know how I feel about Virginia, so I think they're good there. Florida can make a run with DJ House, Brian Strada. Depending on if Slick is playing, I think OU could show me something. But for the most part, my two first teams out is Memphis and OU. My two first teams out, from my perspective, is Memphis and OU, if you ask me. I think Memphis and OU is out first round. First round. First round. Definitely still depends on who they playing to, but I just see them dudes out first round, if I'm being honest. Hopefully they could prove me wrong, but I think Memphis and Oklahoma is out. First round exits, bye-bye. So, like, I'm just going to say it. I think those two teams are out of there. Out of there. Nothing doing. That's not a knock to them. It's just that we have a lot of talent, man. We got a lot of talent here. And if you aren't in tune with us, make sure to get in tune with us at SBA.2K on Instagram. Or if you're not an Instagram guy, drop a comment on our YouTube videos, like, subscribe, man, and make sure you stay in tune with the Simulation Basketball Association, man. We are a baby. We are in the infant stages of our league. We're only on series 1 of 3 of our introductory series, and we haven't even had a season 1 of our pro series. We're only a month in, but the growth has been tremendous. The content is top tier. Our media team is top tier. Our stats team is top tier. Our Discord server is top tier, and you don't want to miss what's going on here in the Simulation Basketball Association. So, now that we already talked about that, we already talked about them tournament predictions, let's get into this player progression. So for this player progression segment, we're going to talk about how you guys as players can build and you know, get your guy up. I know some of you guys, some of you guys are ballers. Some of y'all got to check. Some of y'all don't got time to watch every game. So we got a package for y'all. Some of you guys have nothing but time. Some of you guys are younger and can't afford to spend money on, progressing your player or buying SC coins. So we got something for you too as well. All of my active guys, you're going to be rewarded for your activity. Here in the SBA, every player will get a salary. Every player will get a simulation coin salary. And I'm about to tap you guys in with that system right now. Give me 1 second. Here we go. All right, cool. Here we go. See, got some more overseas guys checking in. But let me go. So you guys are going to see this right here, right? You guys are going to see the SBA Bank as a tab from now on, right? And the SBA Bank is where you would track your funds. We have rules to the bank, guys. Make sure you guys are paying attention and following the rules to the bank. I know it sounds like a lot. Well, not sounds like a lot. It looks like a lot. But trust me, it is not a lot and it is not that complicated. If you guys follow the script for what we have going on here, trust me, you guys will be able to progress your guys easily based off activity. Or if you're a baller and you just want to cash out, we have that option open to you as well. You also could get down with the Patreon, which would give you a certain amount of points and a certain amount of attribute points each month. So, however you want it, we're going to give it to you. So, I'm going to read this over for you guys right now just to get everything flowing. But you guys need to pay attention to the rules of this bank. If you want to get your guy up, progress your guy, please pay attention to the rules, man. We're in the beginning, we're going to give warnings, but the longer it goes, we're not giving any more disclaimers, and we're not gonna show you mercy if you butcher the system. So please pay attention. There are not a lot of rules when it comes to the simulation currency. However, to even out the economy and monitor what you guys are doing with SC. With that being said, I'll keep it short and sweet. For no reason whatsoever, you are not allowed to know. Wait, hold on. Shout out to my guy Trevon Grayson, man, too. My staff. Shout out to my whole staff. Can I get a hashtag staff in the chat? Shout out to my guys for putting this all together, man. But however, to even out the economy and to monitor what you guys are doing with SC. With that being said, I'll keep it short and sweet. For no reason whatsoever are you allowed to give or bet SC to anyone in the server. So you guys cannot give or bet SC anywhere in the server. At a future date, we're gonna find ways that you guys could bet on over and unders. So you guys will be able to bet like Penny. I want to bet 20, SC that Penny, scores under 20 points. I want to bet 20 SC that Eddie Bowles scores more than Penny Ocean or scores more than the Drip God. You guys are going to be able to bet against each other and bet against the house. However, we are not implementing that yet. So pump your brakes, and just follow the rules for now. But we are going to implement a betting system where you guys can, bet your points against, the house, basically over and unders, money lines, all types of stuff. Just make sure you guys stay in tune. Here we go. There will be a betting system implemented at a later date. Okay, I just covered that. A mod season the order log that you have given the SC. Okay, yeah. So if a mod or anybody in the front office sees that you have given, someone SC, or for whatever reason it was a wrongful exchange of SC, you'll be fined a minimum of 25% of your SC. That's a minimum. So if you've been doing it or we feel like it was malicious, we're definitely gonna take a higher percentage of SC from your bank account. So be sure, to pay attention to these rules. As a new system, we are constantly monitoring to find ways to improve. At any point, myself or a mod sees you have found a way to exploit the SC system, a minimum of 50% of your SC will be taken, and depending on the severity, your SC will be completely depleted and reset to 0 and will be banned from purchasing upgrades for a minimum of 1 season. So we are being very strict about this SC. If you guys find a way to exploit it in the chat, when we catch you, and we got the audit log, so we're going to be able to see, we're going to be tracking things. But if we catch you guys exploiting the SC and scamming the SC system, you're not going to be able to upgrade or make any SC for the remainder of that season. So, and we're being very strict with that rule. Like, that's not even a warning. Once you exploit the system one time, it's over. Now, if it's a way that you found to exploit it legally and we have to fix it, we'll just fix it. That's no knock to you. But if you find a way that is illegal that you are exploiting SC, we're gonna have a problem with that, a big problem with that. So we got that out the way. If you do not, okay, this is key right here. Okay, when purchasing tiers, you must have enough SC. If you do not have enough SC and you try to purchase a tier, your SBA bank will be depleted of whatever amount you attempted to use. Pardon me, we came for the RFL, so sometimes we get a little, things, kind of cross, but it is what it is. You know how we rocking. Can I get a hashtag our league, guys? You know how we rock. Or can I get a hashtag ill? Let me get a hashtag ill for that. So basically, if you don't have enough money but you try to purchase a tier, we gotta take that, bro. We gotta take that. We're going to be lenient for the first 3 upgrades. As you can see, he touched on that briefly. We're going to be lenient. So if you try to buy something and you ain't have enough and you ain't cool for the first time, cool for the second time. After the 3rd time, that's it. We taking that bag from you. So after that 3rd time that you messed up on the system, we got to take the bag. I'm sorry. And make sure you guys pin this video. I don't care what you got to do. Bookmark it, like it, because I ain't going to be trying to explain this 30 times in the chat every day, because I know it's gonna be some guy asking me or asking the staff about SC. We're gonna send you straight to this video. I mean, we're gonna send you to the rule book first. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna explain it to you. But for the most part, if y'all guys keep being annoying and y'all don't wanna, like listen to the rule book or read the rule book, we just gonna send you the link to this video and say, look, listen to this over and you should know everything about SC. So I'm getting this out in detail. If you guys have any questions, yes, there is a link for the Patreon also. There's also a link to the Patreon. If you're in the Discord, go to the Patreon tab. Well, actually, I think the Patreon tab is locked. Can one of my mods get him the Patreon link, please? Appreciate you guys. Let me finish this real quick, but somebody get him the Patreon link ASAP. Appreciate y'all. But okay, as a light reminder, do not make purchases if you have not read the rules for progressing your player. If you are still unsure, then you need to reach out in the community for help, especially if you're new or just not active. Per the commissioners and my many warnings, which is, my staff members' many warnings, if you mess this up, you will lose SBA coin. I'm telling you right now. So, if you don't know how it works, if you don't know how the system works, you want to check your balance or you want to try anything with SC, ask us first. Like, that's if you don't know. If you read over the rules and you still confused, or, you want to check your balance real quick or something, simple things like that, we don't have no problem showing you. But after we show you the simple thing, it's still up to you to go and do your homework to learn the system. It's not hard. Literally, you can check your balance. I'm going to show you how to do some of the things right now. I got to get the drip. I'm going to get make sure the drip god is in the chat with me so he could go over everything with me as well, because we actually just implemented this new system. So I'm going to show you guys how everything works, take some questions, go over other stuff again, and then we good. So balance check. This channel is solely and look, we're going to have everything pinned at the top. So every channel is going to have in detail what you need to do as far as SC simulation coin. Every channel is going to show you what to do. This channel is solely for either checking your balance, withdrawing SC to purchase an upgrade, depositing SC into your bank, and occasionally checking the SC leaderboard. If for whatever reason you use this channel for anything other than those listed, you'll be fined up to 50 SC and can increase on if this becomes a recurrent thing. So if you're in that chat commenting and writing other stuff other than the commands, we're going to start taking things like nipping that in the bud. Like, I'm letting you guys know now. You're going to get some warnings because I'm not going to, I don't want to be that guy. But if it becomes a thing where you guys are just talking in that chat, too many extra messages in that chat, when that is not what that's for, we're going to definitely, have a problem with that and have to fix that. So to check balance, it is hashtag balance or hashtag BAL. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to do that right now and see what shows up. I'm going to show you guys exactly right now how to do it. So hashtag, right? BAL, and this should work. There we go. The bot let me know how many SC coins I have. All I did was put hashtag balance, and you guys seen it live. I have 5,500 total SC coins. You see? 5,500 in cash, right? So now it's now it's in my cash, which means if I was just given this and I need to spend it, I could spend it right now because it's in my cash. If you had it in your bank deposited, meaning that you saved it, all you have to do is put hashtag, right? Deposit. And you have to put the amount that you're wanting to deposit. Same thing with the withdrawal. So if you want to deposit a certain amount, you will put hashtag deposit, right? Or $sign. I put hashtag, but $sign. Shout out to my guy. He said he'll be copping a Patreon next week. Appreciate you for your support, my guy. Appreciate all my Patreon supporters, man. Y'all definitely doing y'all thing. We only a month in and we got like 6 Patreon supporters. Y'all been helping us out already. I was able to get more graphics and templates for the league based off you guys already. Like, I know you seen the shift in the graphics. I was using PixArt. Now I graduated to the premium version of Canva, where they have, just more professional more professional canvases for me to use for you guys, and it's been working tremendously. So appreciate you guys. Shout out to the Patreon. That's what it's about, man. I'm also trying to work on getting a video editor. So trust me, it is very appreciated that you guys are supporting the league in this way. So like back to the action though. Oh, hold on, guys. Did I just answer a FaceTime call? I'm tweaking. Nah, yeah, I'm bugging. But pardon me, guys. Yeah, back to the action. So we're going to deposit some money into the bank right now. We're going to deposit some money into the bank. Just to make sure everything is working right, we're going to deposit some money into the bank. So let me see. Let me just try to deposit 5,000. Let me see how that works. Perfect. Look at that. $ deposit 5,000. Now look, 5,000 is deposited into my bank. If you want to spend it, right? This is not the channel to spend. This is just the channel to withdraw, deposit, and check your balance. This channel right here, balance check, is only to withdraw, check your balance, and deposit your SC coin. That's it. That's it. But if you want to now purchase a tier, we're going to move on to that. Let's move on to purchasing the tiers now, guys. Appreciate my guy, Miguel, a.k.a. Johnny Slick, man, for boosting the server. Appreciate you. Didn't mean to put you on front screen right there. My bad. I forgot that I had this up. I didn't mean to put that up there. My bad, my boy. But next after balance check, you see, all right, you see my balance, right? Penny just checked his balance as well. Tier purchases now. Here we go into tier purchases. We're going to explain how to buy the tier packages now. We have 3 tiers of packages. Tier 1 gets you +3 in different areas in the different packages. I'm going to let you guys read through the packages. You guys can look through the packages on your own. You know what I'm saying? So you'll have like gym rat. You'll have like shooting packages, right? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna withdraw it before I buy. I'm not buying right now because I was gonna show them that I'm gonna withdraw. Also, great, appreciate that, Grayson. Because look, I would have messed up right there too. But also, Grayson, if you can you send me the pictures of the tier packages because I want to show them that right now. But basically, we have different tier packages, and that's what you can buy with your SC. Your SC can afford you tier packages. That's how you can actually, you know, like pay for your player to get better with the SC. And you earn SC through activity and multiple different things. I'm going to show you guys that in a second, but I might have to go to the, I don't know if I want to show what's on the screen. Hold up real quick. Let me exit out just so I don't put nothing on blast. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Got it. Perfect. All right, back in action. So yeah, so these how the tier packages work. For tier 1 scoring package, you get a +3 to 3-pointer, mid-range, close shot, shot IQ, free throw, shot consistency, and could be spread out or put all into one. But that's just until it reaches its cap. I'm also going to drop caps for you guys as well. I'm going to show you guys the caps. But basically, this is what a tier 1 package will look like. You got tier 1 scoring, tier 1 gym rat, tier 1 inside scoring. We also will have, you know, defensive monster where you can put up your defensive stats, and playmaker where you can put up your playmaking stats. Tier 2 is the same thing, but it's +5, guys. So tier 2 is literally the same packages, but just +5 opposed to +3. And it's still based off of you guys' caps. So 5 points is the most that you can put any. Like, I'm going to show you the caps, but 5 points for most categories is the most that you can put up for a season. So if you was to buy a tier 2 and put your 3-pointer up, you cannot put your 3-pointer up no longer for the season. But you can only put your 3-pointer up +5 for the season. And I'm going to show you guys those caps as well. But just for this purposes, I'm showing you guys just for the SC simulation coin purposes, I'm showing you the tiers. So you guys can earn SC through, you know, coming to games, doing different things, and then here's the tiers. Tier 3 is the highest tier, the most expensive package. And tier 3 is +7. +7. Now, mind you, right? I told you guys that you only capped at +5. So that means if you buy a +3, say if you want to put your 3 up, right? But you know you can only put your 3 up +5 per season, right? Now it's you would have to put +5 of this tier 3. You could spread it amongst anything. So you put +5 on your 3-pointer, and the next 2 points will go to something else. So I know that's pretty self-explanatory, but I just want to cover it so that way when you guys are confused, I could send you back to this video. So we're not done yet. We're introducing that. Type the command store. So let me go back and let me withdraw this money. I have to withdraw the money before I spend the money. I can't, when it's deposited, it's being saved, right? So cash tag, right? Withdraw. You make sure, yeah. Withdraw, right? 5,000. Boom. So now I have 5,000 in SC cash on me. It's not sitting in the bank, right? Now tier purchases. If you want to go to the store, step 1, type cash tag store. So $ store. We're gonna get into that real quick. T-O-R-E. And here we go. Now you see the prices and all of the tiers for the prices. I mean, yeah, you see the prices and all of the tiers. So you see tier 1 defensive monster. You see it gives you a description of everything. Page 2 has the tier 3s. And it gives you a description of everything, making it simple and easy for you guys to buy whatever you need. So remember, you have to make sure you withdraw the cash if it's deposited in your bank. And then you come to this channel, type cash tag store, and the store will come up. Step 2 in the store, type the command buy item. So whatever tier you're buying, you would type, okay? So for me, I'm going cash tag, right? I don't have enough in cash to buy the tier 3, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get me a tier 2, right? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get me a tier 2. Okay, so Grayson, do I have to put the dash, or do I have to put the dash? Let me know if I have to put the dash. Let me know. Yes, put the dash. Okay, so buy dash, right? Tier 2 scoring. And this should work. Did that work? Did that work, Grayson? Is it together? Is it together, or is there a space after? Oh, okay. I get it. So here we go. See? Perfect that I'm doing this for you guys right now. I can mess up. I bet. Here we go. Here we go. Should work now. There we go. You have bought 1 tier 2 scoring for 2,500 SC. This is now in your inventory. Use this item with the use command. So this is now in your inventory, right? We got one more step for you, right? After you have it in your inventory, in order for us to confirm what you're using it on, you would have to go to upgrade tracker. Every time you buy a package, you have to enter this format. It'll be like this. Example, Trevon Grayson, CS1, or whatever, whatever series you in. It'll be CS1 if you're in the college series 1. If you're in the overseas, it'll be OS1. If you're in your SBA season 1, it'll be SB1. If you're in high school, it'll be HS1. Right? And then you'll put the tier. You see, it's self-explanatory. He literally put it there for you perfectly. You see it right there. After you get it, after you buy the tier, let me see if he put something on use it. You must create a new one with each package you buy. This helps us track it. Okay, cool. So yeah, you have to Every time you have to log. Every time. Street ball, yeah, my bad. My bad. That was for street ball. But every time you do this, you have to log it. Like you literally have to log how you used it. Like, okay, cool. Got it. Got it. So yeah, so this is where you would show us what tier you bought and how you used it. So you would not use the tier in here. All you doing is writing like, okay, let me see. Let me see. Who's a player? Who's a player of freaking Johnny Slick? Right? It would be like Johnny Slick, CS1, right? Tier 1 scorer, scoring, right? And then you will put like plus 3, 3-pointer. Boom. That would be it. That would be it right there. You would drop that in the chat right there so we could track it. So now we know. Also, I want you to put whatever your attribute is. Excuse me. I'm gonna add that. If you don't know, in the college series and the road series, you most likely won't know. But for the pro series, when you do know, I want you to add whatever was there, so I'll know when you're at the cap. So I mean, I'm gonna know when I go implement it in file regardless, but that's a clear example of how you do it, right? For package usage, after you do that and you let us know you had it, you have to use the package out of your inventory. So you cache tag, right? Use. Here we go. Item. Got it. Let me see. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Let me know what I did wrong, Grayson. Do I have to put what the purchase was instead of the item? Like, do I have to put the name of the purchase, like tier 2? Okay, got it, got it. Okay, so you see, Grayson actually put it in the chat, but just so you can see what it looks like on the confirmation, since I actually bought a package, I'm gonna do right what he did. But it's perfect that you guys can see what he's doing at the same time, so that way you know. But whenever you using this video for reference purposes or just to go back to make sure that you're doing it right, this is what we doing this for. I'm just trying to cover all bases so you guys know and you're not confused, and I could use this video as a reference if I don't have time to, walk you through it. So let me see. What did I get? Did I get a 2? I got a tier 2 scoring, right? Got me. Did I get a tier 2 scoring? Hold on. Yeah, I did. Let me see. Oh, okay. So I gotta put the 1. Let me see. Look, y'all. See, I'm glad I'm making all the mistakes that you guys would literally be making, so that way you guys will see on stream. If y'all ran into the same problem, we fix it together. So alright, now I'm definitely confused. Okay, so now I don't know what I did. Gracie said he's confused too. I bet. So we gotta fix this. Let me make sure that it's probably something I did. Let me see. Oh, okay. It was tier 2 scoring. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. So I gotta spell it out. Okay, cool. That works. That works. So as you can see, we got the staff on it in the chat. They letting us know how to do it on the fly, and this is perfect because, like I said, you guys shouldn't make the same mistake. Like, so one tier. There you go. So now I've used it and it is out of my inventory. Now your job is completely done, fellas. Now your job is completely done. As you can see, it showed the money audit log is showing everything. It's showing every transaction. So this is how we're gonna be able to track you guys as well to make sure you guys ain't doing no funny business. And like I said, we ain't even playing. Once we see y'all scamming the system and finding a way, we locking it down for you for the rest of the year. So anybody who even think they're gonna play, you got another thing coming. But so if anybody has any questions on that, let me know, or you can watch this video over. But that's pretty much how we're running the SC coin. That's how you use it. That's how you use the SC coin. Now I'm about to show you guys how you earn it. I'm about to give you guys the parameters on how you earn it. I gotta take the screen down real quick because I actually gotta go to the front office chat to show you guys the parameters. Let me see the front office chat. There we go. I actually just dropped the parameters yesterday. All right, bet. Here we go. I got it. So this is how you will be able to earn your simulation coin. Every player will now earn a salary for being actively at games. You get 100 SC per row game if you check in the live comments and then you drop a video comment as well. So you receive 100 SC per row game. That means college series game, a SBA game, a high school game, or overseas game. Every game that you pull up to, every single game that you pull up to, and you leave a comment in a live chat and you leave a comment under the video, you will gain 100 SC. And we will be keeping track of this. You will gain 100 SC for dropping a comment in the live chat and also dropping a comment in the game chat. For the rec games and for the blacktop games, you will receive 25 SC for checking in the live comments and checking in the actual comments of the video. So you get 25 SC for the rec and the blacktop each game that you comment in the live chat and the regular chat. And you get 100 SC for each row game that you comment in the live chat and the regular chat. So that's enough for good enough. Like, that's enough time for you to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more than enough. We know that one package, the tier 1 package is 1,500. So if the tier 1 package is 1,500, do the math on how many games it's going to take you to earn a tier 1 package. It's not going to take you that many games. We have each team plays 8 games in a row series. You have more than enough opportunities to literally earn SC free without spending a dollar, without spending not $1. So hold up, got some more information for you guys. Okay, you also get 25 SC per each IG post on an official SBA Instagram. So if you have an SBA Instagram, you will receive 25 SC for every IG post. Remember, the IG post has a number at the top, so that will let us know how many posts you have. We will multiply that by 25, and you'll be given that much SC, simulation coin. We'll be depositing that soon. However, for you guys that have mixed pages, if you have a page that is mixed, meaning you use this page for other things, we only will be counting the SC for SBA posts. So if you got a football league that you in, if you got a soccer league, baseball league, or you use your personal page, we're not giving you any SC for your regular pictures. It has to be SBA storyline based or SBA player based. It just has to do with the SBA. If it doesn't have to do with the SBA, you don't get no SC for it. But every post that has to do with the SBA that you post on your Instagram you will receive 25 simulation coins. So we giving you guys more than enough opportunities to earn SC the freeway. For all my guys that are trying to cash out, if you got some spare cash and you want to get your player right, we still have caps, meaning you're still capped. You cannot just exceed the caps. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you guys the caps as well. You cannot just exceed the caps. But 500 SC will cost $5. That is the minimum that you could buy. 1,000 SC will cost $10 US. And 2,000 SC will cost 20, and the highest package we will have will be 50,000. That's the most that you could buy for $50. That's the most. So it'll go up, as you can see, as it's going against the dollar. So for $30, 3,000. For $40, you know what I'm saying? For $50, you will get 5,000 SC. For $50, you will get 5,000 SC. So, like I said, you got more than enough ways to earn it the freeway, but if you are a baller and you want to cash out, be my guest. If you don't have time to be at the games because you're working or whatever and you still want to progress your player, you're still, locked in on the league, here you go. You can also buy tier packages with cash as well. You don't have to use SC. You could buy tier packages with cash. $15 gets you a tier 1 package. $25 get you a tier 2 package. $55 get you a tier 3 package. Our tier 3 packages cost $5,500. Like I said, it's the same going against the US dollar. So that's how you do it. Also, we have player incentives. For a triple-double, you get 30 SC. For a double-double, you get 15 SC. For a 30-point game, you get 20 SC. For a 40-point game, you get 30 SC. For a 50-point game, you get 50 SC. For a 10-assist game, you get 10 SC. For a 20-assist game, you get 25 SC. For a 20-rebound game, you get 15 SC. For a 25-rebound game, you get 25 SC. For a 30-rebound game, you get 30 SC. For 5 steals, you get 10 SC. For 5 blocks, you get 10 SC. Player of the game earns you 25 SC. Conference player of the month gives you 50 SC, and league player of the month give you 75 SC. MVP will receive 300 SC. Rookie of the year will receive 200 SC. Defensive player of the year, 250 SC. And sixth man of the year, 150 SC. Scoring title gets you an additional 100 SC. Assist title, 100 SC. Rebound, glove, which is steals, and block title, all 100 SC. First team All SBA gets you 50 SC. Second team All SBA gets you 25 SC. And All-Star, if you're an All-Star, you get 50 SC. If you make All-Star MVP, if you win All-Star MVP, you get 100 SC. So that is how you earn SC, how you use SC, how you can pay for SC. Also, you can get with us in the Patreon package as well. That gives you a certain amount of attribute points, each month. That's a separate thing. We don't have no packages for SC, but maybe we could come up with some Patreon packages for SC as we get in the lab. We're going to be expanding on this. If we see that anything becomes OP, we're also going to fix this. We're always going to fix this after a series or after a season. We're never just going to do it in the middle on you guys. Because that's not your fault. If anything, that's our fault. So, like I said, man, we have multiple ways to, earn SC for free. Also, you can pay for SC if you want to. Appreciate all my Patreon supporters. You guys can get in tune with the Patreon to help, develop your players as well. And we building, man. We building and growing. We're still a baby as a league here in the Simulation Basketball Association. But that's why I'm happy that we're able to set the foundation now. I'm happy that we're able to set the foundation now so that way it's not too much confusion going forward in the future. I'm also gonna clip this video into many little videos to talk about important parts, so that way you don't have to watch this entire live video. You can just get to the point of what you want to hear. If it's about the how to earn SC or how to spend SC, it'll be a clip of this video on exactly how to earn it, or exactly, what you have to spend to earn it cash wise, what you could do to earn it free. We're coming full fledged, man. We're giving you guys all the information, and we running with it. Like I said, we're still a baby as a league, so bear with us. Anything that needs to be changed, we're gonna change as we going. But appreciate you guys for all the support, man. All the love has been real. We are the fastest growing simulation league that is out there. It's not even close, man. I will show you guys some analytics, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to wait till we get to that #1 spot to reveal some very, very big news, some exciting news. I told the guys and the staff, as far as our niche, where do we rank that? We're ranked pretty high right now on YouTube for our niche. So I'm going to keep on pumping out the content. Going to keep growing the Instagram, growing the channel. Shout out to all my staff members. Shout out to all my Patreon members. Shout out to all my players, man. Shout out to everybody in the community. Let me get a hashtag our league. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This was a pretty long podcast because I had to go over a lot of information, but I think we did a good job of covering everything. Let me know in the chat if you guys have any questions. Drop some questions if you have any in the chat. Very good. Open the door for my bro in the front. Yeah. Good looking, bro. My fault. But yeah, man. So my bad, bro. You follow me. But appreciate you guys. Like I said, if you got any questions in the chat, drop them now. I'm gonna take questions for about the last 10 minutes. If it's anything that you want me to, dive into about anything that we just covered, let me know. Let me know. Okay, let me go to the Patreon actually so I can show you the caps, because I actually wrote all the caps in the Patreon, I believe. Patreon boost tracker as well. Okay, here we go. Here is all the statistical caps per season for the Patreon boost, man. So for physical stats can only be boosted +2 skill each half of the season. It has a cap of 80. So when buying your packages, keep this in mind, that physical stats can only be boosted +2 each half. If you're in a roll series, that's 8 weeks, meaning that week 4, that's when you could boost +2 to physicals in week 4, and then after week 4 you could boost another +2 to physical. So if it's your strength will be able to go up 4 in a season. You know what I'm saying? That's during season. You could put it up after the season, same thing. We'll have 2 periods where you could put up a physical stat during the off season of your series, and it'll be based off whatever the next series is, the same half. Like if you're in a college series and then overseas series come, first half of overseas you could do another 2 because it's your off season, and then second half you could do another 2. So keep in mind that stacks. Weight will cost 10 attribute points per 5 pounds and will cap at 5 pounds per season. The most that you can weigh is 5 pounds per season. We're gonna convert some of these to SC, so stay tuned. But 10 attribute points per 5 pounds. So my Patreon guys that get attribute points, they're gonna be able to get their weight up 5 pounds in a season if they want to. And if you stack this for a couple of seasons, you could get your guy right, get your guy stronger, get your guy bigger. So slick, that's something that you might want to look into in the future. Ball handling can only be max +5 in a season. It has a cap of 85 for guards, a cap of 80 for small forwards, and a cap of 75 for bigs. Meaning once you hit those thresholds, you cannot boost your ball handling anymore. We will do progression each year as a staff, meaning we're gonna, outside of you guys progressing your guys, we're gonna be progressing you guys as well based off your performance. So based on how you perform, we'll be progressing certain attributes in a realistic way. Sometimes 2K could get a bit OP if you allow them to do it themselves. So me as a commissioner, I'm gonna look over it and make sure that that everything is realistic, everything is in the means. So these are all the caps basically. I'm gonna go over the caps briefly. You know what I'm saying? But As long as you guys are in tune with these caps and you know these caps, you will know how you're going to progress your player. You have to be strategic because we are not allowing anything to be OP. For three-point shooting, only could be boosted +5 a season, has a cap of 85 for players with the shooting as a secondary. So meaning if you was a secondary shooter, you have a cap of 85, which a three-point could go to, but like outside of us progressing you based on your performance. But if you have it as a primary, your cap is a 90. So primary shooters are going to be able to shoot better or have a bigger cap, meaning that they can upgrade, up to their cap a lot faster than guys who had it as a secondary. So player builds are very, very important. Mid-range can only be boosted 5 a season as well and has a cap of 85. After you get your mid-range to 85, you got to come to me. You know what I'm saying? You got to show me what you're doing on the court, and that's the only way you're going to be able to progress that mid-range shot. And also, if you let me know that it's concentrated, I'll pay attention to your player doing it in game. And if I feel like he deserves it, or if he's showing, not if I feel like, if he's showing he deserves it, he's going to get it. Post moves can only be boosted +5 per season, has a cap for 75 for all players who don't have it as a primary skill. So if you don't have post scoring as a primary skill, as a big man or any build, you have a cap of 75 to where your post scoring could go outside of us doing it, us progressing it. Me progressing it as based off your play. And it's an 85 cap for players who have it as a primary skill. So if you're a post scorer as a primary, your cap is at an 85. You'll be able to boost that up until an 85. Perimeter, let me see. All right, Duncan. Duncan can only be boosted +3 a season. It has a cap of 80 for guards who don't have it as a primary skill, 85 for players who have it as a secondary, and a 90 for players who have it as a primary. So if you don't have Duncan as a primary skill, you cannot get the attribute of a 90 unless your player has a lower dunk and he's still dunking on people and doing his thing, and he shows that he deserves the attribute cap to be raised. And I'm still gonna be the person to raise that. Also, 50,000 SC gets you a cap breaker. You can buy a cap breaker with 50,000 SC. That's the only way that you can go above these caps. If you save 50,000, you could break all of these caps by just purchasing a cap breaker, which costs 50,000. It costs 50,000 just for the cap breaker, just to break the cap. So keep that in mind. And the cap can only be broken for a season. Then you have to buy again to break a cap. So perimeter defense can only be boosted +3 in a season and has a cap of 75 for players who don't have it as a top 3 skill. So if you don't have defense as a top 3 skill, the most you can boost your perimeter defense is a 75. And for guys who have it as a secondary, 80. And for guys who have it as a primary skill, the most you can do is have it as an 85 as a primary skill. So if you are a defender and your primary skill is perimeter defense, then the most that you could put it up to is an 85. Once you reach that cap, you have to purchase a cap breaker, or it can't get no more than that outside of if you've been locking up and your player deserves it. If you've been locking up and your player deserves it, I got you. You know what I'm saying? He'll get it done. So post interior defense, same thing, 3 cap. It has a 75 cap for guards. We're not going to have no guards being locked down on the interior. So you only could get that up to 75 no matter what you are as a guard. 80 for players who have it as a secondary skill, and a 90 for players who have it as a primary skill. So if guys have interior defense as a primary skill, you can get your interior defense up to a 90. Anybody else, if it's a secondary skill, the highest you could go is 80 before you have to get those cap breakers. Blocking steals, 3 points in a season, and has to have a cap for 70 for players with a 70 that has it as a tri skill, 78 for a player with it as a secondary skill, and then 80 for player as a primary. So your steal or block cannot go above 80 unless you have it as a primary skill. Also as your tri skill, it only could go up to a 70 before you got to get a cap breaker, or I have to say you deserved it, or like your player just showed you deserved it. And then 78 for a tri skill, 80 for secondary. No, my bad. 70 for a tri skill, 78 for a secondary, and then 80 for a player with a primary. That is all of the caps. They were well thought through. Hopefully, I explained that in the best way possible. Hopefully, I explained it in a clear, manner. Moving forward, like I said, I will clip this video into shorter videos because I just had to make sure you guys got all the information properly, especially my league first guys. Can I get a hashtag our league for the guys that's in the chat? All the guys that stuck around, give me a hashtag our league so that way I could give you a bonus SC. Yo, Khalil, I need everybody that's still in here to get 100 SC for sticking around this late. So all the guys that drop an our league right now is going to get 100 SC for sticking around through all this information. Appreciate you guys. I am going to get this video cut into smaller segments so you guys could just get the key information. But I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys for sticking around for so long. Appreciate you guys for the growth. We've been killing it, only a month in, and we got like +5 Patreon members. We got 255 followers on the gram already, and under a month, and we also got 147 subscribers in under a month on YouTube. So appreciate you guys, man, for all the growth, all the love and support, man. Let's keep doing our thing. Let's keep the storylines pumping. Let's keep all the content active. Let's keep getting active in the rec. Let's close out this college series strong. And as always, man, hashtag our league. You know how we rocking. Hashtag SBA. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Subscribe. If you want to get in tune with us, get in tune with us on Instagram at SBA.2K. We the hottest sim league out there right now, bro. I'm telling you, like, we moving at a rapid pace. The energy is lit. The energy is high, and we getting it done. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's your boy Kamish Moolah, and I am out of here. It has been real. I believe we are almost at 2 hours. So yeah, I definitely got to get out of here, man. Set up for my other podcast. But shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate all the love and support. Peace.